here, you're sponsored. All the money for your sponsorship comes from some students at a place called St. Viator High School in the Chicago area. Did you remember 2 years ago when I was here, a lady named Emily was with me? Do you remember Emily at all? That's okay. She's a teacher at this school. And a club that she sponsors, they've raised all the money. So this is a card from them. And I haven't opened it. I don't know what's in there. It's from them to you. So you can look at this card a little bit later. Okay? So I'm going to give that to my brother right now to hold. And I'm going to talk about this gift. All right? This is from Bunny and I to you. There's 1,000 shillings in here. Okay? And this is for you to spend on whatever you need to spend it on. What do you think you'd like to spend this on? What would you think? What would you like to buy with this?
Buy books.
Books.
Pens.
Oh, pens.
Personal effects.
Okay. Is there a store here you can buy at school?
Yes.
Okay.
I can send a new teacher.
Send what?
A teacher. I can send.
Send a teacher to buy. Like you give the teacher the money?
Yes.
Okay. So right now I'm giving you this. I want you to make sure that you put it in a safe place. We don't want anybody to steal this, right?
Yes.
So where can you put it so it'll be in a safe place?
Inside my box.
Inside the books. Okay, good. So I'm going to give this to Bunny once again. Now make sure he gives it back to you. He might try to steal it. So don't let him steal it, okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. We don't want him to steal that. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to give you, I'm a high school teacher. I teach high school social studies.
Look at George. Yeah.
So one of my students, his name is Anthony, he made up a whole bunch of these to give to Dago children. Duncan, she kind of needs to go back and forth a little bit because I wanted to look at this and then go back to George. So look at this here and then go back to George. There's pencils and pens. There's an eraser. There's a sharpener there. So that's for you to keep here at school. So I think there's one pen, several pencils. So I'm sure you need that. Do you have a pencil sharpener?
No.
Now you have one. You can
Yes.
sharpen the pencils, okay? So once again, I'm going to give this to Bunny to hold.
Thank you.
Make sure he gives it back. He tries to steal things all the time. We got to watch him. So, okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit. Why don't we start with, what is your favorite subject here at school? English, science, social studies. What's your favorite?
My favorite subject is Kiswahili, English, and CRE.
So 3. Okay. Why do you like English?
I like English because I want to be a newscaster. So due to that, I must love English and Kiswahili, the languages.
Okay, good. Yeah, and Kiswahili, yes, because if you want to be like what we call an international news person, working all over the world, not just one country, you need to know more than one language.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so English, Kiswahili, what was the other one you said?
CRE.
CRE. Okay, why do you like CRE?
CRE, I just like CRE because I like the Word of God.
Okay, the Word of God. Okay, good. Okay,
Yes.
So now we're going to get to the plaque here. But, all right, so this plaque, there are 2 of these. You're getting one. Now, we're not going to leave it with you today. We're going to bring it back to Dago, so it'll be in your home in Dago. But there's 2 of these. You're going to get one, and at St. Viator High School, they already have actually the other one. All right, and it's going up at the high school there, at St. Viator High School, and these are the students. See these students here?
Yes.
They're the ones who raised the money to pay for your scholarship. Okay, they worked very hard to raise that money, and look at that. Once again, we have it spelled wrong. I'm sorry, but who's that?
It's me.
That's you. Okay,
Yes.
good. Okay, all right, and their club is called the St. Viator Justice League. So once again, we're giving this to you, and I don't think I explained this to you. The Scholarship Fund is named after Bernard and Elsie Weiss. That's our mom and dad, okay?
Yes.
And they grew up very poor in Chicago in the United States. They never got to get much of an education, but they worked very hard and they made sure that Bunny and I, and we have another brother, that we all had a great education and we got to go to university. So that's why we named it after them. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to give this back to Bunny, and what I want you to do in looking at the camera is, because the students at St. Viator High School are going to see this video, what would you like to say to them, as a thank you? So real loud, talk to them. What would you like to say to them?
I would like to thank them for paying for me school fee, and also I like the Almighty God to help them and give them more life in the world.
Okay, good. What would you like to tell them about your school here? What do you want them to know about your school?
Our school is still a decimal school.
I'm sorry, what? What kind of school?
It's a decimal. It's not a big one.
Small school.
Oh, small school. Okay.
It's a small
Okay.
school, but soon it will be big. What I can say about it, the school is trying to perform very well. And last year we were having B+, and that was the winner. And this year, we will see what will happen. And I know the sample will get A and will pass.
Good. So when you say B+, that means last year's Form 4 students, the best score on the KCSE was a B+.
Yes.
Is that right? Good. I just wanted to make sure I knew what you meant there. Okay. All right. Let's talk more. You said you told us before you play football here, right? You play football, right?
Yes.
Okay. What do you like about playing football?
What I like about playing football,
Right.
I like playing football because it's a good game that I see it, and it make my joints to be more stable.
Okay.
Better shape.
Yeah, better
Physical
condition. Yeah.
condition.
Strong.
Make my joints to be
Yeah.
make my joints to be more strong, and make my body to be more stable, and also make my brain to rest a bit.
Okay, good. Yes, good. Yes, to get away from
Way to
all the
relax.
hard work. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay. What position do you play in football?
Position 7.
Okay, position 7.
Yes.
Okay. What's that?
A winger.
A winger. You're a winger, huh? Okay, good. Okay. All right. You've lived in Dago. You know what Dago's like. Now you're at school. Tell all of us, how is life different here than when you lived in Dago?
How life is different.
Yeah, how is it different at school than when you lived in Dago?
And try to look at George.
Yeah, tell George in the camera there.
The life when you were in Dago compared to the life that you have here. What is the difference between Dago life in the past year and the life here in St. Mary's? That's
So
what is it.
the difference is that in Dago, sometimes you may not get a time to read, but here we have so many time to learn, and so many time to get your personal reading. I'm seeing that's the difference. And
How about your teachers?
our teachers have more powers over us, and they teach well compared to the Dago teachers.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. What do you do for
You
fun?
are boarding in Dago, you are trekking from home to school. That's a big difference.
Yeah?
In Dago, I used to trek every morning and evening to school, and here in St. Mary's, there's no trekking. We are boarding school.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you're here all the time and can study more.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Good. What else? What do you do for fun? When you just want to have some fun, what do you do?
Pardon.
During your free time, what do you like doing?
During my free time, I take my books and read a bit, look what you've done, and do my corrections where I've gone wrong.
Wow.
Okay, you're a good student. You're a better student than I was.
Me too.
Much
Thank
better. Okay. All right. But you said you don't sing? You sing or play an instrument? No?
No.
Okay, good.
So are there questions that you would like to ask about the United States, since you're interested in news and the rest of the world?
So I would like to ask how about the schools in the United States?
Brett's the teacher. I'll let him.
Okay. In little kids, most little children go to, like in Dago, there's the nursery school for the babies. Like I have a grandson who's 1 year old. Little kids usually go to what we call a daycare center. Now my grandson's 1. He's just 1 now. But when he gets to be like 2 and 3, he'll start learning like letters and numbers. And then in the United States, we have a class called kindergarten. When you're 5 years old, you go to kindergarten, you learn more about numbers, letters, words. Then it becomes very much like Kenya. We have what we call first grade through 8th grade. It's primary school, elementary school. It's like your class 1 through class 8.
Yes.
Then we have high school, very much like here. 4 years of high school. Now, we don't say Form 1, 2, 3, and 4. We usually say freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. Okay?
Yes.
And then a lot of students go on to university. Like Bunny and I went to universities. We have many universities in the United States. Some students go to like a trade school. They learn how to be a plumber, a carpenter, an auto mechanic, things like that. Then they can do that for a job. Some students after high school will just go right to work. Okay?
Yes.
The high schools tend to be very big. Like the high school I teach at has almost 3,000 students. Really big. Lots of students. Did I answer your question? Did that help you?
Yes.
Oh, we do out there too. We have lots of sports. Both boys and girls play many sports. We have orchestra, band, lots of people sing. We have lots of clubs. Students are involved in a lot of things. So.
And we also have boarding schools,
Yes.
like here, and we have day schools where they come and go during the day, similar here in Kenya.
Okay.
Well, now, any other questions about the United States or anywhere in the world? Anywhere you'd like to travel?
Because Bunny has traveled a lot. He hasn't been to Africa before, but he's been lots of places.
India, China, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, all over South America, Brazil, all those countries. Anywhere you would like to travel in your life?
In India.
India. Where do you know where in India you would like to go?
No.
Why is India interesting for you?
I like to know their languages and
They have lots of
Lots of languages,
But they
yeah.
also, English is very similar to Kenya. They're trying to make English their first language so they can communicate and compete, for jobs in the world.
You don't want to go to the US to meet Egan?
Emily Egan. I don't think she remembers. Do you remember Emily from 2 years
she
ago?
must have remembered.
I don't think she does.
She
So
was
that's
in
okay.
Dago.
Would you like to come to the
When-
U.S.?
When he came to Dago, when you were in Dago,
yes.
the other time,
She was in class 7.
you were in class 7 and they were with a certain lady.
Yes.
You
The
do
lady
remember.
is called Egan, Emily.
Good.
Emily.
Yeah.
You remember her now?
They were-
Because Emily will see
Yes.
this
They were
video.
with Emily.
Send
You
your
don't
love
want
to Emily.
Yeah. Say hi, Emily.
Meet Emily. Say
Yeah.
hi to Emily.
Say hi. Go hi. Say hi, Emily.
Hi to Emily.
Good. Wow, good. Okay. Let me throw out. This is my 5th time in Kenya. So lots of people in the United States ask me about Kenya. What is it like? What are the schools like? What are people like? What would you like to tell people in the United States about Kenya? What do you want them to know about Kenya?
I can say Kenya is a good country, and the schools in Kenya, most of them perform, and I also would like to perform and be one of the leaders in Kenya.
Okay,
That's
good.
great.
Good. Okay. What's your favorite part of Kenya? What do you like the best about your country?
What I like about our country.
Anything, geography, history, Kenya, you know.
Yeah. When did Kenya become an independent country from the British? Do you know what year?
I know.
Tell me.
1963.
Very good. Okay, very, very good. Who was the first president of Kenya?
Jomo Kenyatta.
Yeah, and his son is president now. So, okay, good. I don't want to get into politics, though. So, okay, yeah, I know.
Anything else you would like to say about your country, Kenya, to people in America?
I would like to say that our country is a democratic country, and our country is so peaceful. There's not a lot of war in Kenya.
That's great.
Good. Okay. All right, so we're going to wind up the video pretty soon. Is there any last thing you'd like to say to the video or ask Bunny and I? Anything you want to say or any other questions you want to ask? Anything?
I would like to say that I want to try and learn so hard that I may be somebody, that I may fulfill my goal and be more powerful in the world.
Good. Okay.
Great goal.
Thank you. All right, thanks, George.